So with this screen, something I did want to try, and frustratingly so, was actually an ultra short throw projector to see how well the ultra short throw projector would work with it. Because it straight up says that it's not compatible with ultra short throw or short throw projectors. The truth behind that is it's kind of right and kind of wrong, I think. It's negligible difference between a wall and the projection screen itself. I think that you can see the projector just fine with a little bit of pain in the butt work to do. Some of the downsides with it with the ultra short throw I use is it's not the most user friendly when it comes to keystone correction and getting the image just right on the wall, but it's also one of the cheapest ones that's on the market. If you're interested in looking at it, I believe it's end of life at the point of this video, which means you probably won't find it anywhere unless they make some more of them in production and sell them. But check this card out right here, and you should be able to get an idea of that projector. So one of the things I did do though is I set up the ultra short throw, which is the Brookstone Big Shot, and I projected an image onto the screen. There's problems with it as far as the screen isn't tab tensioned. While it is a pretty smooth screen, the problem with it is there's still microwaves in it, and the ultra short throw projector will pick that up. Elitescreens does offer a screen that you can use. It's one of their Aeon series screens, which is more designed for an ultra short throw projector. What it does is have ceiling light reduction instead of just ambient light reduction. Ceiling light reduction. So the ceiling light reduction should, in theory, kind of block out about 95%, according to them, of overhead ceiling light from interfering with the actual bulb itself on your ultra short throw, which would be positioned below the screen. Now the thing is, we're talking about the Spectrum 110 here, so if you were to get it and to use it with an ultra short throw projector or a short throw projector, you can, but you won't notice a big difference at all. It's not that it's incompatible, it's maybe just not as desirable as a better screen for an ultra short throw. So if you're putting it over some beadboard wall or putting it over some wood paneled wall, yeah, the screen makes sense because you're going to have better than watching it on a wall like that. You may also want to go a different direction in the future with a more far-cast projector. That's actually the Epson 2150 broadcasting image onto that screen. We're just watching some aquarium footage. I don't know how well you can see it, but it is an incredible screen when it comes to just watching and enjoying video. One of the cool things I do like about this screen though, and while you can get close and see that screen door effect, the pixelation that is caused by the 3 LCDs inside, you can see the screen door effect, but on this screen, it's less noticeable than it is just broadcast onto the wall. I thought that was pretty cool. But again, I think just saying not compatible with short throw and ultra short throw, that's probably harsh terminology. I think that it is compatible, it's probably just not preferable. Now one thing I did mention, they sent a little IR remote. The IR remote has really crappy ability to broadcast its signal to the actual receiver itself on the screen, which of course is the motorized version of it. If you're watching this, you're probably looking at the motorized version yourself. There's some people that'll say, hey, you're too lazy to get a pull down. Well, if you notice, mine is mounted below cabinets. I have to use a lens shift to project the image. I'm not going to pull down that far. It comes almost to the ground right there above the sound bar if you can see it. So yes, I use a motorized screen because I don't want to kill my back just trying to pull my projector screen down. But one of the neat things about this is that it's actually compatible with the Harmony remote, which is great. It's awesome. So if you use a Harmony remote or other universal remotes that have the capabilities to be programmed, then this screen will work with that, which is great because that crappy little remote they send with it, and I hate to call it crappy, but it is kind of a cheap plastic remote with the poor ability to broadcast its message to the actual receiver. Universal remote works a lot better. The customer service was pretty on point too, because just in the event that it wasn't programmed in here, they offered up their binary code so that you could program it into a universal remote and use that remote to lift the screen up and down. It was as simple as going to the My Harmony, not eHarmony, but My Harmony, and type it in the model number. Once I typed in the model number and synced it with the remote, it was in there. The arrow buttons up and down will do it. The middle button, the OK button, will stop it. And if you want to be super lazy, you can tie Harmony into Google and you can tell Google to tell Harmony to drop it. While you can do things like paint the screen, if you wanted to go something a little darker, you could use even Elitescreens on Chroma-Lux, or you could buy something elsewhere and you can paint the screen. Use a paint sprayer when you do it. From what I'm told, you don't want to leave lines or anything like that on the screen. You can do that and change the image, but I'm perfectly happy with this. Whether it's in bright daylight or in this dark room, I seem to get a great image all the time, and that's more or less probably thanks to the actual Epson 2150 just being an amazing projector. As I did broadcast the Brookstone Big Shot onto the screen, and I had that realization of you could definitely tell the difference between a really good projector and an okay budget projector. Some of the neat feature touches to having a screen like this is they're easy to clean if you've got a kid with dirty hands that might touch them. A little bit of soapy water will get it right out. It's also black backed to absorb as much light as possible rather than have light pass through the material. So while this is a fully black backed projection screen, there's something that you should know about that. If you're somebody that wants to do a rear mounted projector, that won't work here. It's designed with a nice thick black material that prevents light from escaping, and rather it escape, it wants to send it back towards your eyes. It's for all front ceiling or front ground projection, not a rear projection image. The screen material that's used on it that gives it that nice 1.1 gain and looks awesome in darker environments is Max White. They say that they're 4K and Active 3D ready. Well, from my understanding, a lot of them are. Anyways, it's just more words to put on your marketing. You know, I've got the PF1000U inside and I can watch 3D on the wall. I don't really see a big difference, to be honest with you. The screen is treatable. If this is something I haven't mentioned, you can actually treat this screen with different paints. You want to go with a darker paint because you're in a brighter environment, then it's something you can do on this screen. It might not be something a lot of you are comfortable with, because if you mess it up, you've messed it up. If you watched the first video, then you know that I had some hang-ups, some problems with it. I didn't like the flush mounting option right out of the box because that's the direction I went, and I thought it was a very pitiful implementation of how to mount the screen. They've since told me that they've actually changed that, how they did that. That watching that video helped them feel like they needed to go with a better anchor system. That yet remains to be seen by somebody. If you purchase this screen and you purchase it through their Amazon or Elitescreens store, wherever you purchase it from, let me know if they actually did that instead of just blowing smoke at me. Sorry, Jesse, I just want to make sure. At the end of the day, I'm really happy with the screen. I think it's actually a really nice screen, and if it was something somebody wanted to get kind of as a starter or beginner, it's probably the right direction to go. Not everybody needs a motorized screen. It works best for my situation, but they do have the pull-down screens that'll feature the same Max White material. Anyways, guys, that's really all I have to say about it right now. If I've missed anything or you have any questions about it, if it's something you've been thinking about, then shoot away and ask your questions. You know, we did the ultra short throw test on it. I wanted a short throw to test on it, but my buddy never came to get his freaking chair and bring his Optoma Derby over so we could try that out, but I assume we'd have similar to the same results as the ultra short throw, probably a little bit better than the ultra short throw did, somewhere in that middle range. Anyways, guys, have a great day, night, whatever it is. I'll see you in the next videos that I do. So while it's also fully back blacked, I lied, I said that wrong. While it's also fully black back to help you with that picture and light absorption, that's all kinds of ways. Sunday, jeez. Awesome in darker environments.